Hello, everybody, and welcome back to more Star Ladder I-League Invitational action here. We're getting ready to hop into it's game number 2 of a hot little best of 3. It's ProDota Gaming versus Vega Squadron right now. I'm KotLGuy, and I'm going to be joined again remotely by Mr. Ryuboris. Alan, welcome back, my friend. Here we are, ProDota Gaming, pulling out what some may say is a bit of an upset, but this day and age, with all these crazy shuffles, you really know what is going to be the next big team on the block. I mean, you may see a bunch of awesome big names as 5, but you don't know the chemistry and how it's actually going to work. Is this guy a big egomaniac? Is this guy a passive player? You got to figure out your own team's communication and formula, and I don't know if I've been convinced that Vega have found their groove yet here, Ryuboris. I mean, since their time being the top of the pack and winning ESL 1 New York and securing their invite for the Frankfurt Major, I haven't seen them look that good since.
Right. It was all on the back of Mag and his brood, and I think Mag is probably the most standout player, the most solid and stable. It's just everybody else needs to pick themselves up. No one is an amazing player. It just wasn't his game last time around. And like you said, when you have here new rosters around, we saw the Fantastic Five. I looked up their roster. They won so many games in a row with Havos, his new team, but in this tournament they just got completely annihilated up there against Team Adfinem, and it just goes to show you there's so much talent around here in the European scene, and it's hard. It's tough sledding. Tough sledding, to say the least. So we'll have to see who's going to be the next team. It just seems like they intertwine. Like, who's going to win the next thing? It's not. I don't know if it's going to be Vega Squadron after that last game's performance, but hopefully they can bounce back.
Let's see if they can bounce back or not. We'll talk about the actual draft we got here. Vega Squadron with first pick on Radiant's side. They get that lone druid, and I got to say, Mag did do a lot of work. It felt like a lot of the game ended up falling onto his shoulders to make it work out. He still got the Radiance in good time and really found his groove, but unfortunately it just didn't seem to work out and things just crumbled all around him. So they're going to give it another swing while they have the opportunity. But ProDota, man, they go right for a low blow into the Bounty Hunter grab and now a Beastmaster. So map control and intelligence of just knowing where everything is and where people are going and being able to get the global grab it. Imagine when they get a boot to travel. Like, this is going to be a bit absurd from ProDota Gaming, and now have the benefit from messing with the Chen in the jungle a bit. It is a bit peculiar why Vega just opted to go for the Chen even into a Bounty Hunter. ProDota run back here. I mean, might even consider him MVP from last game, Ryu. It's going to be Arzek again for the Winter Wyvern.
Yep, and we're going to have the Queen of Pain here for no one. That's probably his signature hero by far. And as well as the Ember Spirit for him. So he'll be on a comfortable hero this time around. This will help out a lot too, because he's not going to be susceptible to the ganks as much from the Bounty Hunter. But hitting the nail on the head here, Bounty Hunter is going to make Chen's life miserable. Life of hell in this early game situation. And I'm going to be wondering why they picked it up. If they can get it into the later game with having the Chen, having the levels, having the mechanism, having all these things go really well for him in the early game, I can see them, taking these team fights pretty handily, because they're so tanky right now with the Chen, the lone druid. You can have these turnaround plays because of all the heals. So Beastmaster Roar's not the end all. And, well, we get the same matchup as last time, but it's on the opposite side.
Yeah, I love it. We get, again, another Fistful of Tangos matchup, Queen of Pain versus the Puck. And I love that there was really no shame in just going for it. And now we get to see how Undershock gets to do on the Puck side of things against no one here. And I might make the argument that Undershock beat out no one in the mid lane in the last game. But now no one has got, as you already said, his best hero. This guy plays some of the best, if not the best, Queen of Pain in the game. I am talking him up huge now, so it'd be a shame if I cast or cursed him in the actual outcome, but we'll have to see what he's going to do. And then they opt to go for the Disruptor. Very good against the Puck, being able to control such an elusive hero with the benefit of your Static Storm. Not going to be able to make it away, successfully if you got the glimpse, and any sort of glimpse setup is just wonderful with its long range, but they don't have a really easy response now for the bounty hunter, and one of these two supports, probably Mr. Disruptor here, going to be that guy who's stuck on serious sentry duty, and it sucks, man. When you're the ward bitch in the end. So you just gotta.
I was gonna say ward bitch too.
Make the best of it. Make the best of it, and that's the nice thing though with Disruptor. If he has to be that ward bitch, is that he's such a good hero even with just having levels. You just gotta make sure that you bring in some basic XP, and as long as you have the levels, the skills will do the work for you. So. Final part of these drafts, though, is going to be the real interesting thing. How Vega are going to be optimizing for FN. He played a great Ursa in the last game, so what they're going to get for him. And ProDota are the team that is not going to have last pick, so they got to prepare for the fact that Vega could just quickly, potentially counter it with what's left.
I'm thinking for the side of ProDota, they could go for... It's kind of hard to say what they should go for, because you have to leave yourself open. There's obviously the Ursa, it did a lot of work. On the other side of things, they're going to have... What if they ran... No, that's too crazy. It's not going to work out because the Lone Druid. Don't want to see a like in this game. I'm thinking Slark could be one of those good heroes for catching out. Has a good AoE for the Chen army. But at the same time, one of these teams is going to pick Gyro. I'm not necessarily sure who will. Vega's looks amazing to have that hero at this stage of the game. You can run down the Beastmaster really easily. Adds a lot of burst damage into that lane against the Beastmaster. And then the combo with Disruptor is just amazing. So maybe they want to get it for themselves here for ProDota. Not sure what else they really could go for. PL isn't too bad. But I think the days of PL... Yeah, okay, so you just kind of have to block pick, because that was just a perfect pick for Vega Squadron.
Yeah. Now, what can Vega Squadron get instead? Could amplify a bit on the pushing potential there. Jug is out there and offers great pushing potential. And very good against the Gyrocopter. I wouldn't mind seeing that. Otherwise, what? PL, if he plays
Problem
PL?
Is the Cold Embrace. We saw how much work it did last game. They might be thinking, oh God, don't do it to us again. From
what does use something like a Cold Embrace to almost their benefit?
Reserve time.
Makes it a bit tricky when you kind of have to think.
I guess you have the
way.
spin still maxed out from Juggernaut too. So, but
and it's hard. I mean, it doesn't have to be BKB dependent. I mean, you're going to be dealing with a Beastmaster on the other side, so. You know, gotta be, or durability. I mean, Spectre, is it crazy to go something like a Spectre? You don't have global benefit to go with it here.
They want something crazy. Left field is probably Clinks for, going around. Maybe if you even get a fast Orchid, can shut down the puck, as we saw last game. Or you could just go for that fast Desolator, mow down buildings, and Clinks versus Gyrocopter in the later stages of the game, Clinks annihilates him. So
that's true. It could be a bit sketchy, though, against a bounty hunter with Track and Beastmaster who probably get a Necro book. But I do certainly see...
the Necro 3 is the hardest part about that.
It's a tough situation for Vega. I agree that Gyro would have been the one to fit the bill for them, but with ProDota kind of taking it for themselves, it leaves them... And maybe they already know what they want, and they're just using the rest of their time to plot out the first few moments of the game itself. Other than that, I'm just not too certain with FN's hero pool personally. There's picks like Morphling still out there. You already mentioned something like the Slark. We saw ProDota give a go at the PA. Maybe Vega can inspire to do the same. I already mentioned the Jug firstly, which I felt could have been a great option to complement their team and be good against the Gyrocopter here. They're going to opt, though, for the Spectre. It was one of the 20 names I said, so therefore I am a good Dota man. I'm smart. So Spectre here.
Smart.
What do you think, though, about the Spectre kind of coming in as their core?
Yeah. They might be a little bit too greedy. If they want to get aggressive now, they could. I want to see how this works. Winter Wyvern. It's probably better just to shut down the Lone Druid. You don't want to let him get free levels in EXP against the Beastmaster. It's not worth it. So Spectre should have at least a good time early on getting the farm up. Shin will have a nightmare. We talked about the Bounty Hunter already. Disruptor and Spectre getting kills on the Beastmaster. It's definitely possible. And at the other side of things, Vega.
10 seconds remaining.
Once again, we're gonna have to see how that mid lane goes, because both are gonna be their
5
tempo
seconds
controllers.
remaining.
Sure, you have Sexy Bamboo to tempo control as well, but If the puck gets shut down, we saw what happens.
Yeah, and with a bounty hunter on his side, it might go for the better. It's going to be in Undershock's hands now, so it is a lot of pressure for the bounty hunter to be able to do a lot in the early game here. It's definitely a different hero profile than what he played previously to this one. He had Enchantress in the last game, which wasn't really in serious fighting shape until probably the midway point. Maybe once Ags really came online, but this time he's got to make sure he gets involved and gets the ball rolling sooner than later. So here we're going to have a bit of a move out here. No early TPs as we get underway. It's game number 2 of this best of 3. It's going to be the last best of 3 for today's Star Ladder Invitational action. We'll be back tomorrow for another 2 best of 3s as we head into the finals of this European qualifier. We need one more team from the European side to come on out to Kiev for another great LAN action to compete for another $100,000. Should be a good time as Roger will already go into the early walk here. We got a sentry and an obs on hand here for Solo and a sentry on the hand for no one. So Roger's already seen this and taken all this information in. He'll drop his own obs, and now we'll just have to see if he wants to play that mid lane sentry game or not.
30 seconds.
I feel like they pinged out, so they might have saw the bounty hunter there.
Yeah, he definitely
placing the ward.
Acted immediately. Oh, they did, and they move in. They got the dust, but is that going to be enough? I mean, this is Seema going on his own with just a kinetic field.
Ah, the steal, the boar, but
Boar
dust running out.
Taken, but I don't know the dust. That's. I mean, Ryu, that's 90 gold technically spent. If you split the 180 from dust in half for that commitment here, and they didn't get the kill. And he drops 2 kinetic fields now for it. Still not getting it. Bambo now steps in. Off we go. And it's going to be a lot of action here in the bottom lane, I can already tell.
Oh, yeah. And I'm just wondering if Arzeek's going to try to snipe out the Kerr. That would just be like the icing on the cake. You're like, oh, we're watching all this action here in the bottom lane. And then, wait, what? You have the Arctic Burn making a lot of plays here. But nope, we just have Mag making the plays here. Creep cutting. It's really hard to stop the hero. They don't really have anything to stop him, so he should have a really good time in the off lane now. And meanwhile, other here, Soma. Oh, is he gonna go down?
Yeah, Roger's really giving it to him. He's got the boots, no Orb of Venom, but the auto attack and the boar slow is doing enough. FN steps in to help get rid of the boar, and now Bambo is in trouble. He's under the kinetic field. Brings out some friends from the wild, but a bird alone's not going to be enough, and he's still going to be good. Eats the tree and benefits from the regen to keep him alive, and Well now has the salve, and he's going to be stuck with just one more tango left. But, man, this bottom lane, they're really swinging punches here. Roger, nice little cancel of the clarity here, but he's still under sight and is just going to try to avoid, but they got the dust fall up in kinetic field, and it's a miss. Oh, man, how many kinetic fields have been dropped here? More walls than Trump to try to get a hold of this bounty hunter. Bounty hunter still in sight, and he's got to be good from the dust now. God, that's got to be frustrating. Dropped another kinetic field just because. Jesus.
He has to go back to base anyways because he was so low on mana, and just probably throwing that out, maybe stalling up the bounty hunter, but he's just going to suicide here from Roger. And the one good thing is Solo has had a lot of space to work with because the bounty hunter decided to go for this bottom lane aggression, and that's a good thing. Oh, top. And they're gonna go for Undershock. Gonna be getting this double damage rune, and well, speaking of the mid lane, we haven't touched on it at all. 8 and 8 for the Queen of Pain to the 8 and 2 of Puck, so denying a lot of the EXP for Undershock, but he has a double damage rune right now, and he should be climbing his way back up there.
And no one's still certainly holding his own, showing why he feels he's one of the best quaps in the game right now. Bottom lane, though, again for Roger, and another kinetic field. Needs the right click, got it there, and that's going to be enough, finally. She was able to get that pesky kill on that very pesky bounty hunter, and that will award Vega with the first blood. And because of that, he's been able to pick up some boots, and this Disruptor just got a whole lot happier.
Yep, and Disruptor's been having a really good game. And you're saying, oh, how can you even say that? He's missed the kinetic field, he missed the dust. Oh, mid lane, you have a blink in here. Really aggressive. Wasted the illusionary orb for Undershock. Could be in trouble.
Oh! Fairy Fire. They didn't have those back in Fistful of Tango's days, but they got him now. Keeps him alive. It's going to be salved up, and the puck is pretty much as good as new.
Yep. And he's got this bottle now.
And bottom lane would catch the back end of it. They get the catch onto a couple of rocks flying out from some acquired golems here from Solo, and they're going to get a kill onto Bamboo in the bottom lane. So, very nice. And then Chen goes down.
Bounty Hunter got the chin.
Missed that one, unfortunately. But bottom lane, this doesn't stop.
It just doesn't stop. Going back to my, I guess, moot point all of a sudden now, is Roger, he's creating space here. FN could be in trouble. And he's going down. Oh my goodness.
And so Roger,
when we thought Vega were doing really good, now all of a sudden Roger's king of the roost and he's getting levels finally. This is paying off dividends because what I was going to say is, sure, he's putting pressure on this bottom lane. Is he going to go in mid? Okay. Calm down, guys. Let me talk here for a little second. What I was going to say is they gave so much space to Solo. He's getting levels. He's levels 3 now, so he can work with 2 creeps. And that's why they were able to punish the bottom lane with Bamboo. But sticking around too long, Roger is making the plays now.
And the faster he gets to 6, the faster he can get this track going here. And now he is creeping on in. Even though it doesn't have a haste rune, it clears off now. And he continues to eyeball that situation up a bit. For him and Bamboo, it's been a lot of setup down here. He definitely doesn't want to get involved with that mid lane sentry ward, and now no one being farmed up. And they now know the sentry is no longer here at the bottom lane. But with Chen still hanging around the neighborhood, there's no real easy opportunity for him, so that lane will turn into a bit of a lull. All the way at the top, though, quiet game here for Mag. It's 18-1 CS. Over on the other side, though, this Gyro Ryu is highest CS in the game at the moment, 29-13. Bottom lane, they made their move for Bamboo. The dagger, micro glimpse, but it's still under the kinetic field with the Thunder Strike. Jumping from Arzeek. Doesn't have Cold Embrace, though, but they're going to get a return kill. It will be a support takedown for Bamboo. Splinter Blast will connect, but it's only level 1, so that will be the end of this
Solo's
tussle.
in trouble here, too. They can chase him down to the ends of the earth. He has a Purge Kick to work with.
He got a new Centaur now, and Arzeek's waiting for some mana, but needs more time. Roger will be able to move in, hits him up, and it's going to be good. He's in trouble. Oh, nicely done right there, Arzeek. Good splinter shot onto the creep wave.
Oh god, Undershock mid lane. Oh god. All right, he just used his orb aggressively and phase shift, but didn't have enough mana for the play for no one. I thought he was. I'm surprised he didn't go for the blink and play really aggressive there. That was a huge misstep coming in from Undershock.
And Roger is still hanging around this bottom lane. Now getting closer to level 5. He is not looking to let up and trying to make things as frustrating as possible for the Spectre, who's still at 33 CS. Very nice there. But there's also a lot of Bamboo to make opportunities like this happen. And look at the slow between Orb of Venom and the Boar. It's just so much. A bit of a misstep with the dagger play there, but a rotation from no one steps in. Roar comes out from Bamboo. Still will lead to his demise here. Roger was able to sidestep the dust. But no one makes his first big rotation. You were talking about it in the last game with those mid lane heroes. So TP always on hand for opportunities like that.
And the best part about that gank was he had the Arcane Rune. He's going to have a 94-second cooldown here, and he's going to be in fighting shape relatively soon. So, and at the other side, yeah, Undershock is going to help him a lot get up to this mid lane. I thought there was going to be more action involved, but just jumping the gun a little bit there. Going to go for this fast blink dagger on Puck, and sometimes that's good, sometimes it's bad. It's good because once you get it, you're going to be able to put out a lot of pressure and get the kills, but in the meantime, when you're up against the Queen of Pain, it's harder to last hit because the Queen of Pain is going to go for those treads first. You're going to have the magic wand, and so that could, you know, hurt in the long run. And we also had the send back from Chen. Oh, the bottle shenanigans begin.
Yeah, Roger has also stepped away from the bottom lane and is looking to head into mid with the ulti. Silence. A haunt does come out as a response. The coil's too late, and it does not connect for no one, so he's going to be able to make it away to safety. Will catch on the Spectre, but the damage had been done. Undershock will be going down. Roger could be going down to this earn tick, and he does go down. A double kill for FN with his first haunt of the game.
I mean, that was almost...
It's not done
really
there.
good,
It looks like
even
no
our
one
Zeke.
might also get another grab here for the Winter Wyvern. Our Zeke going to be forced to cold embrace. Not going to be stopping the scream damage coming out from no one, and it is quickly turned into a 3-for-0 trade. Big plays for Vega.
Tower is under attack.
Oh, and you get a regen rune now for no one. The gods are shining upon him this game, and yeah, it's just, you know, what looked like a 2v1 quickly became a 2v5 or a 2v4, when the supports were they were there, TP rotations, and the Spectre Haunt always have to account for it. And that's the biggest problem right now is ProDota. They have to get
Radiant's middle
very
tower
active
is
soon
under attack.
with their lineup because, yeah, they have the huge greed factor coming in from the side of Vega. Spectre and a Lone Druid.
Yeah. Problem is, though, is that now no one is really getting a lot, and this Queen of Pain can kind of do work on her own to sidetrack ProDota Gaming from something else. Because he was able to use the Arcane before and has a regen, he's got Sonic Wave ready to go now. But it's bottom lane where I feel like we might see a move made here. Roger's been floating around a bit. They know that there's no sentry. They drop one of their own here. And Bambo does have Primal Roar ready to go. Spectre, though, you know, obviously going to be very proactive with that Haunt. The bad man build-up already, just needs to get the drums.
One big thing for this next team fight is Puck doesn't have a TP. I would love to see him get one right now because they're making this very aggressive dive in the bottom lane. Scouted out the Bounty Hunter.
And they get the kill.
He's dead.
Yep, and a response from ProDota, but the problem is, oh, nice cancel out from Bambo, but it doesn't kill him, so there goes the Sonic Wave. No one does quickly blink off, though. After it's done, might have stalled things out nicely here for ProDota. Garter moves in. No call down available. And he's thinking about a dive here, looking to go for no one. And he gets locked in. That forces the snap. A long blink is the execution there for no one. And now they spotted out Solo, but Solo has slipped out from behind. Oh, can't make a run. That's a big rift, and that turns into a double kill for Undershock. ProDota Gaming get their first big momentum fight. Mag, in the meantime, will be adding some pressure towards the top lane, forces Bambo for his first rotation up there, and we'll go back into the Lola farm a bit.
That was Queen of Pain getting a little bit antsy with her ulti. They didn't have enough follow-up to be able to kill off all the heroes that they wanted, and they have the burst damage. They just need to reliably use it. So jumping the gun, not going to help. Maybe no one's on tilt a little bit from the last game. They have vision of Undershock here in the mid lane. You have to be very careful with this Spectral Dagger. They have that as well as Thunderstrike giving a lot of vision, and you can't dodge the glimpse back from Puck. So if they get you, you're dead.
It's level 3
he has
glimpse
level
too.
6 now.
So it's a lot of range on the glimpse to work with. So, yeah, and as you said, level 6, so has the static storm. As long as he preemptively drops it, should be an easy catch nonetheless. But Roger has now shown himself. He's got track now, so
there's a courier. Maybe they're baiting the courier.
It's close, but Roger will not get it. Still hiding within the trees here. Roger will now spot out a couple of supports rotating through, so obviously ProDota Gaming will now know there's at least 3, 4 hanging around the mid lane here from Vega. So they might just decide to farm elsewhere. It looks like Garter is going to be pushing out this bottom tier 1. He's got his drums just about to complete. All these cores just kind of finishing out their foundation bit of items here before we get into the sweet and sexy luxury ones, but steady as she goes. But ProDota Gaming have the lineup where they need to kind of get the ball rolling here. Track might be enough to kind of, you know, assert it a bit more, but ProDota Gaming, this is their time. They need to make sure they take some fights and get some kills.
I was really happy to see the Puck go back for the treads just to help out in the CSing department of the mid lane. And then now he's going to go for that Blink Dagger. He's almost has it, and that's going to be go time too. Once they have that online, Bounty Hunter's track is here. It's going to be good sledding now for ProDota. They didn't have to get hyper aggressive, but now they do. When you have everything online, there's no reason to let up the momentum.
The only thing they're missing out on for now is Winter Wyvern's Curse. He's still 5.5 here at about 13 minutes in. Bird will begin its scout, and it will see Mag here. Can they round the bend and make a jump onto this Lone Druid and finish him off before help shows up? They certainly will go for it. There's the splinter shot. He runs right into the open arms of Undershock and company. Both ults committed to get the lone druid out. Oh, but they didn't get the track. Roger was a bit too far to commit for the extra gold. It could have been shared amongst a lot, but nonetheless, getting the LD down is still a good boost of morale here. And all the meanwhile, Bambo had been farming this top lane, looking to finish out his first Necro book. A tier 1 here will help out.
And that's the thing. Once you start having these solo kill pick-off potentials, it's going to be very hard for the Queen of Pain to be solo farming, the Spectre to be solo farming. He can just make a lot of plays by himself from Bamboo. And we saw last game his Nature's Prophet did a lot of work, and I'm expecting the same thing for him this game because he's had a really nice time in that off lane, getting those multiple kills alongside of Roger. And now they're setting up for the bottom lane. This could be very big for ProDota.
Big push, lots of creeps, and there goes that splinter shot, man. That is going to be a big problem for Vega's push potential throughout this game. But this Wyvern does have Curse now, so got to be careful. Here comes ProDota Gaming, slowly inching on forward here. They might have spotted out Solo. Hand of God comes out, healing his creeps, but what about yourself, man? That's a dead Chen. That's track gold. Money in the pocket right now for ProDota Gaming.
Oh yeah, and that's the worst part too, is when you start feeding over these tracks, it's not just one, then it becomes 2, then it's 3, and then all of a sudden, after that 3rd track, you're like, what the hell? Bounty Hunter has a mechanism online, and you're having a harder time cracking these heroes, bursting them down just because they're getting super tanky and they're getting fat.
So Vega need to pull back here, be a bit more passive, and that unfortunately is a conflict of interest for like the Queen of Pain at this point in the game, especially if she's able to kind of finish up what looks to be possibly an Orchid. Spectre's going to stall out, and so obviously will Mag's Lone Druid here for more late game potential. But ProDota Gaming not going to allow the clock to be in favor for Vega. They begin to push the envelope a bit more. They will take out the tier 1 in the mid lane. It looks like the last tier 1 tower. I would not be surprised if they start considering pushes for the tier 2s in the very near future, or maybe just to go at the Roche very soon.
Yeah, I thought they were going to make a play on top lane, Arzik TP to the tier 2 tower, and it looked like they wanted to maybe wrap around, get some action done onto Mag once again, picking him off. And look at Mag. He's not going for the Radiance, realizing it's way too greedy, and they're not going to be able to fight in time, so he's going to go for this Maelstrom. And I agree with this play. You go for the Midas early on, and it's kind of just because you're running these heavily greedy cores. Like, it's super greedy having a Lone Druid and the Spectre on the same team. You have to get early game items. That's why you saw the Spectre going for the drums, the urn, and now she's going to be going in for the... I think I would rather see the Mantisau, just because of the Desolate giving you over to the images. Don't really need to have the Diffusal first. You can save that for a second item, and obviously you can take away the track, take away the silence. That could be helpful in the team fights.
Yeah, I'm not really sure if there's much else that really benefits the Diffusal early. So I would agree that getting the Manta, benefiting from maybe just a bit more survivability with the benefit of the Ultimate Orb would be pretty nice here. But it's unfortunately falling off a little bit here for no one. Yeah, he got his maybe lane victory, but since then, and maybe since that skirmish at the bottom where he was a bit too hyperactive with his Sonic Wave, things haven't really been working together. You're talking about also, the problem is for no one at this point out is you have a Spectre and a Lone Druid who are just gobbling up all the resources on the map now. So what is really left for no one? And if he's not getting kills, it's not much left. I mean, this Orchid is going to be, it's going to feel like it could come pretty late. If ProDota Gaming can find a fight or two, they could put together stuff that will make this Orchid completely relevant, or irrelevant rather, by the time it comes online. So I'm very nervous for no one this game.
Yeah, he's going to have a Yules as he's getting it, I feel. Same thing. So it's going to be completely negated. And the biggest thing for me right now is Soma here playing the Disruptor. Hasn't really found his footing in this game. He's constantly buying sentries, buying dust. And when we talked about being the ward bitch, that's basically what you're doing. And then it's even worse because you're buying sentries, you're buying dust for this annoying bounty hunter. And it seems like he just has his number right now, and so he hasn't had the time to find these pickoffs, with the Glimpse, with the Static Storm. We haven't seen it once. And I think he's been level 6 for a good 5 to 6 minutes. That's just showing how strong ProDota are and how well they're just 5-manning and grouping up, getting pickoffs around the map.
He just can't go anywhere. I mean, he knows that if he's caught out, he could be handing over multiple people on the side of ProDota Gaming easy track money. So it makes a big shame. And as you said, we miss out on a big part of his game, which is being able to find good pickoffs with that Glimpse, because he's not going to be allowed to be assertive at all. It's just get the wards, get the dust, and make sure this bounty hunter isn't going to approach any of our cores and cause too much trouble. So they'll continue to nurse him down quite a bit. And we'll take a bit of a look here at Mag. We're still waiting for Mr. Disruptor here to make a return back to the game, but looking for any other possible outs here. Vega need this win. I mean, other than that, they're out of the tournament otherwise. This is only a single elimination. So actually, since we have the moment, I can throw up the current bracket here. Not fully up to date, as earlier today we did witness KotLGuy take on the Danish Bears. KotLGuy got shut down. Danish Bears with a 2-0 win secured their spot into the semifinals, and now we are watching Vega Squadron versus ProDota Gaming. ProDota Gaming already with the nice Game 1 victory, and though Vega had the upper hand in some of the laning stage here, ProDota Gaming now have the track online. They already got a couple of pickoffs since then, and if they can make the most out of this mid game, there might not be a Spectre and LD to be scared of in the late game. You know how it goes.
I think, yeah, the thing is, ProDota are doing what they need to be doing right now, and I think that's the biggest thing, right? You watch a team, you say, oh, we get too aggressive early on, and we feed away needless kills against a Spectre or against the Queen of Pain here, but no, this is kind of how the game should be unfolding right now, where no one's had some good plays, and ProDota are just putting the pressure constantly. They have 3 towers down. They know they can pressure because they have all their items online, their key items. Talked about the Blink, the level 6 with Bounty Hunter. They're just doing a really good job with their lineup. So Vega aren't out of this game by any means, but at the same time, like I'm talking about, ProDota have been playing their lineup not perfectly, but really close to it.
Now, this is, of course, all for that one spot at the LAN here. Teams already invited to compete in Kiev at the Star Ladder Invitational Alliance, LGD Gaming.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a new squad
That's
in
kind
itself.
Of weird.
Yeah, I mean,
the Chinese scene, how do you decide who to invite?
Some of these could have been already pre-agreed invites before the roster. I mean, I'm not too sure. I can't speak for them, but I mean, it's going to be LGD, the new Zhao 8 squad, they were not finding success right at the start. I don't know how they've been doing since then, but these are top-notch players who are used to LAN experience, and they'll be good. We get to see the new Vici Gaming with Burning, CTY, ROTK, and then some new up-and-comers in HY, or not up-and-comers, but some new faces for Vici Gaming in HYM and JDH, apparently. It's so weird to see Vici Gaming without a FY and Fenrir. It's so weird that FY and Fenrir have split up, man.
Rip the dream support.
What kind of Dota world are we living in? That is just crazy to me. Oh, and also, of course, the big kids on the block, as of recent, MVP Phoenix, also invited to this Kiev LAN. So, but they got
no Americans.
Didn't they get beat down
I wonder
recently?
if they're gonna have Complexity, as their last.
Yeah, there is
there's
still
no American
2 other direct invites, so
right.
I don't know. I'm sure they're working out behind the scenes as far as agreements and everything. So we'll see. Could be Complexity, could be an EG for all we know. We'll have to wait and see, and I'm sure the updates will be there in the near future. But first things first, we need to get these teams qualified and in that have earned their way to the LAN, doing it the old-fashioned way before they have the fancy invite material. We'll see if ProDota Gaming can be taking it to the next level here with a bit of an upset against Vega or not.
Yeah, at this rate, I think they're going to. So
yeah.
As long as they keep the pressure up, start. Normally, after these pauses, you see a lot of Roche attempts, and this might what they want to go for in this situation, just because it gives you so much time to work with. You're like, how strong are we really? And then they feel like they're heavily favored right now. Starter's gonna get the old slapperoo from Roche because now you have 3 units next to each other, but looks like Vega having these superior wards right now. going to be scouting out that it's being done. Can they get here fast enough?
Problem is that there's great scouting from the bounty hunter and the bird, of course, but there's the smoke. Pop! They jump in. Huge Static Storm Sonic Wave combo right at the choke point. Gets rid of Garter easily. Bambo stuck inside the pit, but Vega have swarmed in and have taken right over. They're going to be chopping at the mid, but the pop Undershock is going to get in, get the Aegis grab, and get the hell out of there. Roche was slain by the Radiant, but ProDota Gaming able to snag up the token and take it away. It looks like our Zeke will be taken care of from no one, but Undershock still holds that Aegis. Wonderful snag from him, but Roger's going to be going down. In the end, the bloodshed is all on the side of the Dire, though. It looks like a 4-1 trade and a 2,000 gold swing going the way of Vega.
No, we have action.
Undershot.
FN.
Oh, and they're going to get Bambo in there and take out FN as well. Oh, spoke too soon. ProDota Gaming might be able to turn this one around, but then I spoke too soon. On that note, FN has been able to use his dagger, and the double spoke too soon is a double negative here for Vega. They make it away, but the chase is not over. Look at Garter go, man. He is hustling. Gets close enough for the homing missile. And that will be the end of it there. What a chaotic set of events there for the Roche.
Yep. And now it's just back on the other foot. Maybe a little bit of a gold swing back to the way of ProDota. But, man, if Puck didn't get that Aegis steal, oh my goodness, that would have been Vega's game for like the next, 5 or 6 minutes to kind of dictate the pace. But with that steal, helps out a lot. They were able to get the kill on Mag. Mid lane, a lot of pressure being put out. Garter needs to be careful here. They have so much.
There's the glimpse. Roger's nearby, but he can't do much besides offer a track. But that track does end up getting an extra bit of kill with a jump in from Undershock. This kid is a player. He's now dominating. Oh, but they spotted out Roger now with the dust. That's going to be a haunt from FN. That's going to be a kill. Mega kill streak for the Spectre now. Reality Rift over for the Wyvern at this point. And Wyvern makes it to the high ground. The glimpse under. Oh, nice turnaround from our Zeke with a big Winter's Curse, followed up with a nicely timed Splinter Blast. Bambo steps in. Undershock still good to fight here. But FN also looking to swing a bit. Takes to Bambo. Bambo got the book though. Meanwhile, Mag has isolated our Zeke and will take down the Wyvern. Man, these guys are swingers here. An absolute brawl breaking out in this one. Turns into
we don't mean the gate swingers, guy. We mean they're absolutely brawling.
Yeah.
Oh my, this is entertaining Dota. Last game it was pretty entertaining after what looked like ProDota would have won in the 20 minutes, but man, they're putting on a show last game as well as this game. Really well played so far.
Did not know really who these guys were coming into the series, if I'm honest with you, but I will remember this performance. Even if Vega ended up pulling back, ProDota showing potential already. We'll have to see if they're going to be able to continue their momentum into a 2-0 series swing, but Vega continued to get a lot from these fights as well here, and it looks like no one is building up into the early makings of his Agnums. Now they smoke. As this happens, Roger's nearby, but he's not going to get close enough to pop the smoke here. So as they go on the move, this is during the time where Garter is doing a big stack. He's in good position, but it's going to be Tessima who will have a Static Storm and a glimpse even if necessary. Gets a nice Cold Embrace save, but it's a bit too much. And they will lose their Gyrocopter. Good movement there from Vega. ProDota are not going to be able to get a retort from this one.
If only our Zeke had the Winter's Curse, they could have potentially made a huge play. Good turnaround there. But not having it, they're still going to get a little bit of vision coming out. They have the tracks going the way of Chen now. They're backing up to their side, but still killing that Gyrocopter, hurting him even more. It's the problem right now. He went for this Yasha build. He's really susceptible to ganks because he doesn't have the BKB, and he's going to finish off his Sanjin Yasha first before going for it. And shutting it down as much as they can, it's crippling ProDota right now because that's their only carry to work with.
Yeah. I mean, there is some value in having that 10-second save for later in the game, but if he's not able to make it to that point without having to work through so much trouble, then it might not have been worth it in the end. So we'll have to see here if that's gonna be an option for him or not. Even finding out and doing those stacks was a lot of work. He'll be able to get there to kind of finish off what he had started. That means he would not be participating in any potential fight. Actually, changes his mind. They do want to fight. He TP's up to the top tier 2 now. Rogers first on the scene. Will start things off with a track onto no one. Follow-up TP will be right under the tier 1. And here comes Bambo. Stalls out. Has the roar here. Will use it onto Mag. And they make their move. Hand of God is going to be the response. A good Static Storm will be plopped right in the middle of the fight. No one blops it out with a good static or a good Sonic Wave. And they'll get the finish off for Bambo. Now FN commits out the haunt. Undershock in the meantime going to get the first finish, finishing off that Mag kill. And meanwhile, Garter will zone out the others here. It still looks like a good time for ProDota Gaming. Retreat here for no one, and FN already pieced out towards the south side.
Yeah, that should be 3 track kills if they ever show us the fight recap. Oh, nice. Going away. They know where he is. Doesn't have another blink to work with. Could have been a 4-for-1 trade. There we go. Fight recap. And that was a huge goal swing.
5,000. Not 5,000. My math is terrible. 3,000.
Over 9,000 Dakota.
It's like 5,000. No. A lot of gold. For all that track money already. I actually didn't think that was
mechanism online.
Yeah, I didn't think that was going to go that well for him without having the mech yet. And my goodness.
I think the biggest thing is they were able to kill off the Lone Druid really fast, and they don't have the burst damage as you saw during that team fight. It kind of all comes slowly, naturally, with the Spectre, desolating, with the, Lone Druid kind of stacking on top. And then they try to blow up people with the Static Storm and the Sonic Wave. But outside of ProDota, they only killed off Bambo. So, and he already got his Roar, his Necro 3. So he was good. He was like, oh, kill me. I'm happy.
Nor Aura, though, so. But, yeah.
Oh, come on.
No, you're absolutely right. Bambo already did his job here, and he might need to do it again. Steps in, Primal Roar, Necro Book, Axes. Easy track money right there.
Yeah, this is like playing Payday 2 with Dakota, man. It's just so
speaking
easy.
of which, I've been getting all these like little Payday pop-ups. Freaking Steam. Oh, jump for Seema here. They got a nice lead in with the coil, but a TP will come out. Not so fortunate there for Solo. He is going to get used up. Even cursed. Even called down. So much hate for the Gen on this one. ProDota Gaming, they'll get 2 all day, and will now move this into a tier 2 push. But I was just getting pop-ups from Payday, and it was hilarious.
That was a fun game we used to play back in the day. If not many people know about it, we used to grind that for like a month or 2.
No, game is ruined now. There's hackers in that game for sure.
Oh, that's terrible. Sure. There's a lot of hackers in games. I mean, even in Dota, I saw recently, the PA crit hacks. Hopefully they fix that. We always have the techies hacks.
I mean, that's pretty obvious. No one probably hacks. These guys are too good without, that there has to be hacks. So we'll see who has the better hacks in this one, Vega or ProDota Gaming. Did you see
Undershock stealing that Roshi? Had to be a hacker. How did he know to blink in right then?
Sure, I downloaded that with my RAM yesterday, so I know it works. Here's ProDota Gaming, though, now feeling a huge economy surplus coming back their way after what was nearly a Vega 3K advantage. XP's also starting to stream in here. But Vega have a lineup where time can be on their side here, so there's no pressure yet. 1 tier 2 down, but they have a couple more to work with. The smoke is up, and they begin to roll out here for any sort of potential pickoff, anything to continue to boost things up nicely here. Manta already done on the Spectre. Mag,
is under attack.
Where is Mag? Where is his Bear? Oh, it's back at mid lane here. His Bear's got the Mjolnir now done. These are nice, cute little items here, but being able to take it to the next step is probably what it takes here for Vega's late game potential to really start to shine.
Yep. Maybe if Mag had went for the Radiance, they could be in a better position right now. Mjolnir is nice and all, but can't really split push effectively with it. You can just take team fights, and they're going to have to start team fighting eventually. Our Zeke is going to set up for some. No, just kidding.
Deep link in, and it looks like a trade of tier 2s is going to be in order. Vega will take down this top one after working through the glyph, while it looks like ProDota Gaming are beelining it back here. The dream would be this Roche being up, but it looks like it's going to take another 10 seconds. I wonder if it's something they can still get in, spot out, and take down before Vega realize what's happening. And it looks like that
would have been an amazing team fight for ProDota. They were setting up for it beautifully, but Garter didn't have his TP, and that's why they didn't go for that, if anybody's wondering, because I think they could have killed at least 3 of Vega, because that Glimmer Cape initiation was going to be perfect. Meanwhile, FN getting scouted here in the bottom lane.
Creeping in. Whoa, it seemed to walks into trouble. He's got the dust, but there's the bamboo roar. And there is more track money for ProDota. All right. This is hard life for your Disruptor. He's got level 11, but I don't imagine he's going to be getting much more than that from here on out, unless his team is able to kind of bring down some towers and Raxes for him.
Yeah, he's just food for fodder.
Yep.
So, welcome to the pig pen. Gonna munch on him all day, gobble him up. And, well, I'm just wondering how Vega are going to get back in this game. Talked about it last time around where they were on the back foot and they got this huge Roach team fight. Kind of came out earlier in the game too. After that pause, they were able to quickly take the Roshan team fight, but we saw Undershock, amazing performance on the puck, steal it away. Those big plays are not going to be happening now. And with the BKB soon being completed for Garter, this could be a high ground siege attempt from ProDota. So how are they going to hold the high ground now? It's a question from Vega.
Whew, I mean, it's a choke point, so Disruptor should be able to get off a decent static storm. He'll probably die for it. But outside
yeah.
of that, I mean, the nice thing is that they can still stall things out. They got no one here with the Ags, so he'll have the Sonic Waves to kind of clear out any sort of pushes. So hopefully they could just work with the clock at this point. I don't foresee Vega getting too proactive. If a pickoff is handed over as a freebie, they'll take it, I'm sure, but don't suspect them to look to take any fights anytime soon here. It's them playing with time right now in hopes that this Spectre can come online, but hey, she's got a Diffusal all of a sudden after the Manta being complete. And we'll look for Mag here. And on his bear, he's got the Vlad's now done. But there's the BKB, as mentioned, for Gyrocopter. We'll see if ProDota are going to make their move into the pit now. Or not into the pit, but into the Vega side of things. Aegis, BKB. What a better time than now.
And another big thing we didn't even note was Puck having a BKB. So he's like, I'm tired of this. Oh,
that's a haunt. Where's it going?
Roger.
Down here below. Pick off for the Bounty Hunter here. Glimpse committed. Thunderstrike. All right. There's the pick off. That's the freebie. It did cost them a haunt, though, for it. We'll take the Bounty Hunter out of the game for 40 seconds here.
They don't even get that much gold. Only like 300 onto the Spectre. So at the end of the day, like you said, the Spectre haunt, it was kind of necessary to scout out where ProDota were, but this could be their time to say, hey, once Bounty Hunter's up, let's go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe
they'll have about a minute to work with by the time the Bounty Hunter is back and near the team. That's 1 minute push potential where you don't have to worry about that haunt. And quick Vega are to push these lanes out. But mid is still very far forward.
So all hope I had for, Vega, it's kind of going away because, like I talked about, the Undershock having the BKB.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the best thing that was happening in the team fights
he has a
was
BKB and he used it for us. That's cool. How nice to show it off.
Did he? I jinxed people. Oh, man.
Probably going for a blink and had the wrong item slot or simple
He was changing them around. If he dies because of this, I would just laugh.
Our Zeke spots out Seema and we'll quickly get the hell out of there. But, now ProDota have to wait that much longer. Top lane, no one's been spotted out. That's track gold, and again, this two-man Hitman squad, very nice. Mid lane, jumping from Undershock, gets off a good coil for Mag. Mag will be able to TP away, but they're making chase for the bear. They want the 300 gold. He does have a roar, and it doesn't matter. He'll be able to get away and blink back to safety. Here comes ProDota once more. Haunt will be up for this one, though, Lulu.
And they won't have the Dream Coal online for Undershock, but they do have the Winter Wyvern's Curse. We saw how effective it was last game. Could be still as effective this game if they can get it onto with the bear nearby. So have to see if it works out for him.
Here comes Garter's early siege. He's got the Aegis, and we'll continue to go to work on this tier 3. ProDota Gaming looking to close this series out 2-0 against Vega and take him out of the Star Ladder Invitational here. Ooh, nice hit. root. Garter could lose his Aegis fast. Be able to pull back. There's going to be the glimpse, but it's going to be BK beat off. Now the Haunt going to be committed from FN. Looks to go for the Wyvern. Wyvern going to be able to get off the big turnaround. Curse. Not going to be enough to finish anyone off. It looks like there's going to be the Yules committed there from no one. Now he jumps past, looking for Garter. Still his Aegis. The rest of ProDota Gaming waiting back in behind here. Undershock has the coil. They want a counterfight here. Static Storm is going to be right on top of the gyro. ProDota Gaming not looking to get involved. They'll reserve their big spells and just hightail it the hell out of there.
Nope, just missed that Yules. Could have potentially killed off the puck if it had landed. Canceling his illusionary orb, wouldn't have been able to jaunt to it. But, yep, just overstaying their welcome a little bit once the gyrocopter was initiated on. And that was a very underwhelming Winter's Curse. Then you can see the lack of synergy once you use it. And then all the flak cannons, all the call downs are going to mean absolutely diddly do.
They will get this tier 2, and they may... I mean, there's a glyph. 20 seconds for gyro. They still have roar. They still have coil. They didn't have to use any of these in the last fight. They won't have curse. But call down. All good to go. Vega! No!
Oh, they got Mag!
They get the jump! Tries to make it away, but they're going to get the catch. No one's forced to step in to get off a big sonic wave here, but Mag should be going down. Roger going to get healed up a bit from the help of his Greaves, and they're going to turn it around. They got Solo down. They got Mag already, and now they want more. Looking to make the jump for no one. Looks like Undershock is going to get Yules'd up, but ProDota Gaming now. Oh, huge two-man takedown. That's Mag out of the game for a minute without a buyback. Here they come, trotting down this mid lane. What can they do to hold? No Haunt for 10 seconds. About the same time, they'll have Sonic Wave here. Let's see what they can do to hold.
Yeah, huge plays coming in from Undershock. Canceling out that send back from Chen with the Yules. And then that Beastmaster Roar from Bamboo. Oh my goodness, so good so far. And this Rax is going to go down.
Looks like it here. Rockets out, glimpse back, under kinetic field, good. Static Storm on 2. Tries to cold embrace to keep Roger alive. They're still good. Steps back, there's going to be the Grief heal, and now they look for no one. No one's going to get the Yule off and barely alive. Seema under the Glimmer. No one blinks out. Seema walks away. Now they look for the turnaround, trying to get a hold of Garter. Garter going to be forced back. They got the Purge, and a cold embrace is not going to be good enough. Our Zeke will get glimpsed back, and it will turn into a double kill for FN. The racks still stand. Vega hold.
Yeah, and they just use every single thing right there, the whole kit and caboodle, and now it's on Vega. They have the bareback, that buyback well worth it for Mag, and now they can pressure the mid lane. No fortify, well, they still have the fortify online, but this could be an easy set of racks for Vega now, and maybe even more.
Will force out buybacks here, probably from the gyrocopter. But the ultimates have been committed. They still have a call down to work with. Primal Roar is actually already back up as well. First buyback is going to be the Wyvern. Curry killed and taken down. Undershock. Cheeky little jump back and away. And it's going to be good here. They're stalling out Vega. So there'll be no buybacks even used at this point.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Here they come. Right into the tier 3, man. The bear, though, certainly can siege fast. Oh, Coil connects on the solo. Not going to be making it away. Mag was able to make the jump, though. So 10 will go down. Undershock. Now monster kill streak for the puck player.
Oh, they're going for Disruptor. Oh, the glimpse back, though.
Nice. We'll keep him alive. But they're not letting up yet. Undershock with the big jump here. That will be the end of it. Oof. All right. So no serious base damage done. The tier 3 will be taken down to about a quarter of its life. No buyback was used at that point for ProDota. And I don't think there's enough now for ProDota to kind of just simply go back the other way. I mean, yeah, they could. Yeah. Their ultimates are up. Coil still needs 30 seconds. But outside of that, they might have to get back into the grind of keeping these lanes pushed back the other way. And perhaps it's been long enough they will stall out and go for the Roche as soon as it's up.
Yeah, but they're still on a timer, though. That's the scary part. ProDota know this. If it goes, 10 or 15 more minutes, they could be in trouble into this later game because FN, he's itemized perfectly. Oh, mid lane. Roar. No one caught out here.
A follow-up from Bamboo, but look at the counter response from Vega. Jump in, big Static Storm, kinetic field. and they quickly get rid of Bamboo. Then they're going to get the Arzik follow-up. FN now godlike on his Spectre. That could have been the last positive fight going for ProDota Gaming. At the rate it continues to go here, the Spectre and this Lone Druid might have just become too mighty.
Yep. This Spectre with the BKB has done absolute monstrous work in the team fights, and they just don't have enough DPS coming out from the Gyrocopter. He needs to be realistically he needs to be like 24k net worth right now and have another item on top of the Spectre.
Yeah, not happening though, and any chance Vega can make it inside the base while a glyph is down will lead to quick destruction. Garter will pop his BKB here. They come in with the coil now. Can ProDota Gaming keep Vega back? Vega already take the racks here, and they go for a retreat. Already Spectre going to make it back out. Solo will not, and they're looking for potentially more. Mag is TP'd out to safety. They'll only lose their Chen, but for taking the mid lane set of racks, it's certainly worth it here. ProDota Gaming have to be feeling like they are going to be pulling things together for their final hurrah soon. But Roche is up, and they are beelining it that way. Can they take this quickly? We'll have to see.
Word is quick is, yeah, that's the word you have to use here, because their lineup isn't really built for it.
No.
And with the Gyrocopter, talked about lacking heavy DPS items, it won't be as fast as it could, but here we go. Now that we have Bamboo online, it's going to have the Inner Beast helping out a lot here, but they know it's happening.
Enough. It is not going to be fast enough. Mag is already running in. He's got the Mjolnir proc here on the Bear. ProDota might need to get the hell out and just wait this one out. But look at the deep commitment in here. Roger trying to catch him out from the backside. Well, down below they go for no one here. FN and both. It's a big curse, but the timing is a bit off. FN's going to be able to walk away from that curse. Arzik will be taken down. Haunt's going to be out. The commitment's up. They're looking to go for Undershock here. There's the Yules, and they might abandon ship on that one and look for the Bounty Hunter on the other side. While in between that is Garter. He goes down, and Vega are on the verge of being able to bring this to a 3-game stretch. A follow-up takedown of the Roche and acquiring the Aegis pretty much could be putting the nail in the coffin here for ProDota Gaming.
I would agree. It's just these cores on the side of Vega are coming online. It's basically 2 versus 1, I feel, right now, and without having those spectacular winter curses like last game, it's just not enough damage coming out to really burst them down. And you saw how much work Sion was doing. He's not getting initiated on. He's not getting blown up, and they're just having these turnaround plays. They need to burst down the Queen of Pain reliably in these team fights, and this is just not happening right now from ProDota. And like you said, this is probably the last breath that ProDota are going to draw of this game, and maybe it's all on the backs of this Gyrocopter getting a Rapier, but still, he still needs, 2k gold, 2.7 here. It's nowhere near.
Tier 2 falls. It's the last outer tower here for ProDota Gaming with a mid lane racks already in rubble. We'll see if Vega can eliminate another one here, or in fact just close out the game with one more fight. They make the jump for Garter at this moment. FN committing hit for it. Now they jump for the backliners here. Does ProDota? Roar is out. They want no one, but they got the Hand of God. They got the heals. He's going to live on. He's going to turn around with a Sonic Wave, and it's going to be Vega taking the fight and possibly taking the game. Arzik, one of the lone survivors, still spotted out even under his Glimmer Cape. Looks like it's a 5-man wipe, and this one could be over.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
It's all ogre.
Dire's bottom
There's nothing left in the tank. It's empty. Gonna have to go fill it up after this game, because what looked like an amazing game from ProDota just simply turned around way too fast. I feel like once FN got that BKB, it secured for me a lot of things, right? They lacked the magical damage to burst him down, because he couldn't get DPS down by the puck or anybody else. And then once we talked about Garter enough, 1 and 7, that's pretty much the exclamation on this game. If you had to point out the biggest factor is, yeah, the Gyrocopter talked about it. He needs to have the most income in the game for ProDota, and he has to be the leader in net worth, because you're going up against the Lone Druid, against the dual carry with the Spectre. You just have to be a 1 item ahead, and it didn't happen. So really well played from Vega, coming back in this game and showing us that, hey, we're here, we want to fight, we're going to go to a game 3, and we want to win.
We'll see if they can do it. We cut to a break now. When we return, myself, KotLGuy, and Ryu Boris will get back into action as we hop into game number 3. Vega versus ProDota Gaming here at the Star Ladder I-League Invitational. We'll see you soon.